So hello, uh, Scott here. We're gonna talk about my favorite photos that I've taken on film so far. So I've been taking photos on my Canon AE1 program. All of these were taken on the 50mm lens. Right now I have the 28mm on, and the rolls of film that I use were Kodak Ultramax 400, and for black and white I used an Ilford XP2, and it's a non-true black and white. It's processed through C41 like color film, so because the only places I know that get processed through C41, and no one really develops black and white film. That's why I do have a roll that I haven't developed. I've been planning to learn on my own on how to develop black and white film, so that's maybe going to be a future video or something, hopefully. So the first photo is going to be, let's see, I have a whole stack right here. So since this was my first roll and I hadn't had, not really my first roll, there are like 3 rolls. One Ilford XP2 and the other 2 the Kodak Ultramax. I didn't take really that much time to composition or think about anything technical. I really just went out there and shot, but I did do everything manually. I didn't remember any of the settings that I used though. All I remember is that at the time I didn't really know how to actually use the aperture on it. I thought once you just switched it on here that it would switch to the aperture, but that's not the case. Apparently there's this lock mechanism right here that when you push it, now you can actually change your aperture. So the whole time I was shooting everything on 1.8 on the 50mm. So some of the photos did turn out really good, but others not so much. So my first one to introduce, we're gonna try to do this in chronological order. So the first place that me and my friend went to, we went to Santana Road down in not SoCal, but south from Stockton. So in San Jose, we went at night. We just missed golden hour. We were devastated. We were like, damn, we would have got some amazing shots if it was at golden hour, but it turned right to blue hour at that point. But we still got some amazing shots. So the first one's going to be this one. But yeah, this one with I just really like the red theme that's going on, and these people were sitting on out there for hours since we got there. I took another picture. I had my Ilford XP2 first, and I had a few more shots left on that. So when I took one of those, but it was way underexposed and everything. This is also way underexposed, but I was trying. It was like that day we were doing all of these were doing street photography, just going up, taking some pictures, point and go. I don't know. The lights. It's definitely the lights and how it glows onto the picture, and it's definitely underexposed, but I don't know, I really like how the black fills in everything and leaves the light, the ambient light from the sign to fill in everything else. So the second one's going to be this. This was outside of like a Tesla. It wasn't even like a dealer, it was just like a Tesla like presentation or something like that. But what I really like about this picture is definitely the 2 people. I'm assuming it's father and son, and it's like for the father, it's like this is the future, you know, like self-driving cars, battery-powered cars, and everything. And it's like this is all new to him, but for his kid, it's gonna be normal. So I like it's gonna be normal. It's gonna be his standard to how his outlook on technology on the world. He can't see how far we've come, but definitely I like the difference that these two have two separate different mindsets on looking at the car, which is what I like to represent this, I guess. So I just really like the difference in age and the different mindsets. And definitely the photo itself, I definitely love the red theme that's also going on. Okay, this mannequin one's gonna be like an honorable mention. I honestly just really like the flowers. I just like to think of this one like a headless date. I don't know, I thought it was pretty artsy. So the next one's gonna be this one of my friend Russell. He's the one I've been going shooting around with. But I like this photo. It was in like this hallway, and the whole scene on the exit seemed really different from where he was standing. So it's like tunnel vision, and how everything's underexposed, so the black's also filling everything in, and it's like, I don't know, I just like it. That's basically gonna be the reason for like every one of these photos, is because I liked it, and I think that's enough of a reason, but it's gonna make for a boring video. So street photography is kind of scary, so asking people to take their picture or take their portraits or whatever, it's really scary, especially since I'm introverted. I don't really like looking at people in the first place. How ironic, right? But I don't like to take too much of their time, and I don't like, even if they agree, I don't want to take too much of their time, and the rejection's kind of hurtful, but you know, I gotta build that up. But this was this photo was at a guy at a poke bar, and we were passing by, and you know, we locked eyes. I was like, I pointed at my camera, I was like thumbing up if I could take a picture of it, and he was like, yeah. So he posed for me, and I really like it because he agreed to take a photo, and I really appreciate it. So the next photo, this is probably my favorite photo of the whole night at Santana Row. It was this couple, these two lovely people. I think they were the first ones they weren't the first, but they're the first couple of people that I asked to take the picture of, and they happily agreed, and I really appreciate that. And once they agree, like, you're just like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm about to take their photo, and it's like you have a lot of pride in it. I think it's cool doing street photography because you don't know them and they don't know you, and it's sort of like they're never going to see their picture and you're never going to see them again. And I don't know, I think it's cool that this is the only thing connecting the both of y'all, so I really like that. So another trip that we had wasn't really a trip, it was just like a errand type of day, and I just tagged along with him. We went to Walmart first, I think, and I took this photo. So I don't know if that's like he's a Buddhist monk or something like that. I don't really know, I'm very ignorant on this type of stuff, but I thought it was kind of cool how, like in the Tesla picture, this is just two different worlds, like the old and the new, like into one. So I think we're in a period right now in time where it's transition, and the transition is very apparent, and it's still new, but it's also old, and it's like, it's just everything's happening at once right now. So I thought it was really cool to see him at a Walmart, and I think it's just super cool because, you know, I really think a lot of traditions in the future are going to be gone, and it's cool that people are really keeping it alive, and I hope they do continue to keep all traditions, religions alive in the future, because I think it's necessity to have. And I just love his orange gown and everything, and the yellow and the blue. I think I really love the contrast between yellows and blues, if you haven't tell. So yeah, I really like this picture. So the next picture is went to Chase. My friend wanted a new bank account because Wells Fargo was had him bent. So went to Chase, and the next thing you know, after we're done with everything, you just see these cops pull up, like they pulled up like a scene out of a movie, and they stepped out of the cars and everything, and I was like, oh shit, we're in a robbery or something like that. But when we went out there, one of the workers at Chase was saying it's a false alarm and everything. I was like, yeah, false alarm, right? Because you have to say that. But just messing around. Nah, nothing really went down, but it seemed pretty serious at the time. So I wanted to take some pictures. So I really like this one with the guy telling him it was a false alarm, and then he's telling, I feel like this is a really journalist type of picture, like something you see in a news article explaining the situation and everything. And I really liked how it looked. Like, it just looked super like action packed, I guess, with nothing really going on. And the next one is gonna be this one, portrait style type of picture. I really like how the cop's standing there with a lot of confidence, and besides the cop car with the lights on, with the signs blaring and everything, ready to post up, and hopefully shit goes down for him, so something exciting happens for him. But I think he saw me with the camera and was just posing for me. So, and I love how the sky really became really washed out, and it's not even really blue, and how the greens pop out. And that's basically it for that. Here are some other ones from Santana Row. These were like on the black and white film, the non-true black and white. Got an Ilford XP2. So I'm gonna go first with there's only two of them now. This one with my friend Russell standing in front of the Gucci sign. Not the Gucci sign, but the Gucci entrance where they had the Gucci freaking lights and everything. It was pretty nice. I knew the contrast between the light and the shadows were definitely going to make this picture pop, especially with the Gucci lights, and I really liked how it turned out. And this one was inside a restaurant. I really like this one. This is probably my most favorite shot on the Ilford XP2 because most of them were freaking trash. And this one was my favorite because like all the other pictures I took on this roll, it was mostly the blacks, but this one is mostly the white colors. You can really see the environment. It was well lit. I just went to this restaurant, just took a quick shot. I really liked the setting it caught, and yeah, that's about it. And that's about it for like all the photos that I've taken so far on film. Next time I'll definitely do better. I have 2 rolls that I've finished on Kodak Ultramax 400, so hopefully I can get those in soon. And those were more precision, more thought into the photos that I was taking, and they won't be wasted like I did with a lot of the ones that I took on the first rolls, the first few rolls that I've taken. And I'm really looking forward to that. So that's about it. See y'all in the next one.